do you feel this team's at coming off that Vermont tournament, and what did that victory you feel kind of do for their confidence and growth in this season?
We're playing our best hockey right now. It was a great weekend. Really going into the game against Colgate and playing our best game of the year was fantastic. The amount of speed, creativity, execution that was going in all three zones really got us that win, and I think everybody, we've talked about it in the locker room, everybody played really well. And then to bounce back after an emotional win like that, to beat number 2 and then to have to play the next day it's challenging anytime you do it, but against a different team poses a different challenge as well, and we were able to come out with that win and get the championship, which was great. Anytime you can play for hardware at any time of year, it's fun, raises the intensity level, and we're feeling very good, and we need to feel good going into this weekend.
This tournament where you see a team like Colgate in that first game and maybe a more of an underdog in the second game, that's really good preparation for what you could possibly see in the WCHA playoffs or NCAA tournament, right?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. It's weekend to weekend in our league too, so this weekend we're playing Wisconsin, who's having a fantastic season, and a couple weekends ago you're playing Mankato or St. Cloud, and they're clutching and grabbing and trying to get any WCHA points that they can, and it's a similar deal with that weekend with a Colgate team that's flying high and feeling really good and playing with a lot of confidence, and a UVM team that has had key wins. They've beaten Clarkson this season and are right on the cusp and dying to get wins too. So to play two different teams with two very different looks is great preparation for sure.
How different does this team feel now for this 6-game stretch you're in against pretty high-end competition compared to that stretch you went through earlier when you saw BC, Ohio State, and Minnesota?
Yeah, it's we're put together, right? It takes a little longer when you have a lot of fresh faces. I think our team identity has come along, and I think people understand their roles and what it takes to compete at this level. So I'm really happy with the way we've come together and the way we've been playing, and I want a strong finish here to the end of the semester.
Emma Yanko, what are you seeing from her that's allowed her to, kind of go on an offensive run here?
Yeah, I love the way she's playing. It's a fantastic story. Somebody who didn't play a lot of minutes in her first couple of years, getting more opportunities this year and just taking advantage of them. She's not afraid to get dirty. She'll go to the net hard. She'll go to the corners hard. She's got a great shot. She likes to play an up-tempo, aggressive style, and right now she's playing with Riley Houston and Kaka, and I think that they complement each other really well. And those guys will certainly find her. They are great playmakers with tremendous vision, and it's a nice line to watch.
Player like Emma, kind of the perfect piece to when you have a pair like Katka and Riley, who are fast skaters that can get the puck to people. Important to have that key person that can, get down in the crease and get dirty and such? Yeah,
I would say the sixth forward on this team has been the piece that we've been looking for ever since Brooke Schugel tore her ACL in the summer. She was slated in as that top 6 wing, and we were wondering who was going to pick up the pieces there, and Emma's done a fantastic job and does bring a different style of hockey to that line, and I think as a result she's getting rewarded all over the ice.
Is the youth of this team becoming, especially over the next 4 games, becoming a strength now they've kind of found their footing, and they really have no reason to be intimidated? They just got to go play over the next 4 games, don't they?
Yeah, I think that's a great way of putting it. They've been a huge part of our success all season long, and as I mentioned, as we settle in and figure out who we are and how this whole Division I hockey thing works, they're able to play freely, and when we play freely and don't have to worry so much about where I'm supposed to be and what is the system here, they can just play hockey, and I think as a result we're seeing a lot of positives from a lot more of them.
Obviously it starts with 1 on Friday, but the next 4 games, if you're going to make a run at the WCHA title, you got to take points probably off these 2 teams. Is that a conversation that you're having about the importance of the finish of this first half?
I think, yeah, there are so many reasons to have a strong finish at the end of the first half. Number 1, a few early season stumbles. make these games that much more important, and next semester that much more important. So we need to win every game that we can. We take it game by game. So we're just focused on the next one. But we talk a lot about making noise in the national picture, and by beating number 2, we did that. And we didn't want to stumble on Saturday after doing that, and it's the same sort of message. Hey, this is a fantastic opportunity for us to continue to make noise and make people notice us and work our way back into that top 10 picture nationally, and obviously whenever it's a WCHA game, it's that much more important.
Apologies for not asking you about the whole game last week, but did it feel at least a little bit personally good to really dominate your alma mater?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We played great hockey, and just a cherry on top with it being the alma mater.
Any disappointment that Wisconsin's not undefeated anymore?
No. No.
Got word this week about Sydney Morin, former player. What's this mean to the program?
It's amazing. It's amazing for Sid and her hockey journey and all that she's been through, and it's just a story of perseverance, really. You never know when that phone's going to ring, but she was ready when it did. Has been playing some great hockey over in Sweden, and we wish her the best. I'll be heading down to the X on Sunday to go see them play Canada. So hopefully Maddie's in net, and Sid's suiting up as well.
Is her story kind of similar to Maddie's, that maybe when she got here she wasn't on that radar and she played her way onto that team, or at least onto the tryout roster?
Yeah, so Sid was on the U18 team prior to getting here, but then hadn't made the next camp until just before her senior year. She was invited to the U22 development camp along with Sid Brott. So it had been a little stretch. And then again to the Olympic tryouts, that was pretty impressive. And obviously she had a good tryout, was just left off the roster, off the cusp clearly, because they called her back. She was the second call back on D. So she had a good camp, and now she has a great opportunity in front of her.
Is that something that you and she talked about while she was here, that was still a goal even after graduating from college?
Yeah, even deciding where she should play, whether she should stay in the States or go to Sweden and have a life experience, it was really important to her to try something different and go away. And I think the most important thing is that she put herself in a good program over there and has done really well. I think 10 goals, 22 assists, pretty good numbers, and USA Hockey must have been paying attention to what she was doing there. So she knew, based on her conversations when she was cut, that she was close. So she had it in the back of her mind, but also, Sid, she has a lot of goals in life, and she wanted to go and try something different, and I think it's great that she got to do both, and go over to Sweden, live in a different country, but she's also getting the chance to fulfill her Olympic dream.